So, pay-per-sale leads. I'm joined with James. What is pay-per-sale leads?
So pay-per-sale leads is where you're only paying when you've actually made the sale. So you're not paying on a pay-per-lead model. You're not paying for any of the advertising or the marketing spend that goes out there. You literally only pay on a sale. So you work out a cost per acquisition model, and you might say, if I sell this product, I know I'm going to make X. Therefore, I'm willing to pay you this percentage and revenue share of the profits that I make, and you only pay on this sales.
So let's say, for example, if I'm selling a phone case, right, and that phone case, it's £100 and I get, let's say, £80 profits, £20 cost. What percentage would you be getting at that point?
That completely depends. It's a great question. That's one of the first questions that people ask. How much commission or revenue do I need to pay you on a pay-per-sale model? And it completely depends is the honest answer, because if as a lead generation service we could generate leads and it was only costing us £5 for the leads and they was converting at 20%, well, that means that for £25 in total is what it physically costs us. So if we made £30 or £35 on that sale, we would still be making profit. We'd be making 20 to 25% in profit. So we would say yes. But if they said, oh, we're only willing to pay you £20 per sale, it was costing us £25 per sale because they're converting only 1 in 5 and it's £5 per lead of what it's costing us. It wouldn't then be worth it for us. So prior to starting out, we need to try and work out the numbers, see whether it would make sense for in this case, the manufacturer or the supplier, and then see whether it makes sense for us as a lead generation company that's kind of looking to try to get those sales online. And if it works out, then that's where the relationship then is formed. You have a relationship there. We start to generate you the leads. You only pay on per sale. So on a bigger scale, if you was doing it, let's say for conservatories, you can do it on a pay per sale on a conservatory, and they might be charging a conservatory out at £10,000. They might be making £4,000. And they might say, I'm happy to pay you £1,000. And if we work it out that for a cost per conversion from the amount of leads that we generate only costs us 700, and they're happy to pay us 1,000, as long as the client is working those leads properly and getting the conversion rate that we need them to get to, then we're happy with that. The client, the business owner is happy that's building the conservatory because they're now no risk whatsoever. They make 4,000, they pay 1,000 out of it, they're making 3,000 profit per conservatory of what they're doing. So you've got to know your numbers, and if you don't know your KPIs and your numbers, generally speaking, the relationship won't be formed. But if you know your numbers, then we can work out and we can know our numbers, and we can set this where it works for both parties. The pay-per-sale model can be the best lead generation service and setup of what you can have.
So a pay-per-sale, it's not just for if I'm selling a product. It could be if I'm selling a service. Like let's say, for example, if I'm doing solar panels, that you guys would work well with that as well.
Yeah, with any type of service. So it can be on e-commerce, it can be on products, and it can also then be on services. So anything that you can sell, so you're selling a service. So roofing, if you went and did some roofing repairs and it was £5,000 that you was charging out at, and you said, well, we make quite a lot on the repairs, we make 4,000, it's only a guy for a day and there's a little bit of equipment that's needed, and we can do the repairs. Again, they might say, we'll pay you 2,000 on that. And we might be really happy because we might go, actually, we only generated it for £400 on a cost per acquisition. But they're happy and we're happy. We can start scaling up them numbers, and they might be able to do 2 or 3 jobs in a single day. And that's where business owners can start making some serious money. If you're a locksmith and you could, instead of you driving, let's say, from London all the way over to Bristol, if you could tie 3 or 4 different jobs in on that day, and you're still only paying the locksmith that for a day rate, now you're getting 3 jobs out of that locksmith for the single day rate. Yeah. So they could make some serious profit out of it. So they need volume, they need the leads, but it's hard to generate unless you're teaming up with a lead generation company. And generally speaking, a lot of the lead generation companies won't do a pay per sale. What they'll do is they'll want a pay per lead model, or they'll want to charge you for whatever the PPC spend is, plus 15 or 20% on top. Whether you convert or don't convert, now it becomes risky. Business owners don't like that risk, and therefore they don't normally spend it. Where a good lead generator could say, I don't know, if we can strike a deal here, we'll take the risk because we feel this could work for both parties. And when it does, it's a great working relationship. So in my opinion, the pay-per-sale model for lead generation is the best that you can have.
If somebody is looking for a pay-per-sale model, where should they go?
So if you head on over to fatrank.com, go through to the contact page, fill in the form there. There is a criteria for you to meet. We need to make sure that you can work the leads. We need to double check that the profitability is there, that we can get something out of it and we can make some profit out of it. We guarantee you a return on investment because you only pay out of the profits that what you do on a revenue share basis. But the commission-based and pay-per-sale lead generation service, in my opinion, is the best out there. So go out and try and team up with one or two others if you can. There's not many that do the commission-based or pay-per-sale lead generation model. So head on over to fatrank.com and then see whether you qualify.